spread love and positive vibes. Send to you, our new subscribers and the returning subscribers. We value you, we appreciate you, and we salute you guys. You are the real deal. You have made this channel to be where it is today. And for that, we appreciate you, your comments, your likes, and your subscriptions. We don't take them for granted. And today's video, I'm going to start by asking, what has, or rather, is there any country in the world that has not had some gains from Jamaica, or some influence from Jamaica, or some contribution from Jamaica? I think every country in the world has had Jamaicans' contribution to it. And yesterday we shot a video of Jamaica's contribution to the economy of our land, Kenya and Ghana. And today we are going to see Jamaica's great contribution to the so-called world power. The countries that are mentioned and our hearts skip a bit. The countries that we call developed. This small island in the Caribbean has had an impact in those so-called developed countries. And if it were not for Jamaica, they wouldn't have shined the way they have shined today. We shot a video sometimes back, and we talked about Jamaica's contribution to the economy of the country that had colonized it, and that is the British. And we can see that Jamaica contributed a lot to the economy of the British people, and that is why there is right for Jamaica to have reparation. But we are not into that. Jamaicans' talented footballers are legends and have made history in the countries we call developed, and even in the countries that we call developing. So Jamaica's contribution to football in different countries is undeniable. And that is why I started by saying Jamaica has been an icon. Jamaica has had a lot of impact to all of us, the developed and the developing countries. They have contributed a lot to other countries, and today we are going to look at Jamaicans' legends that actually play for other countries, or they participate in football on behalf of other countries. And we are asking ourselves, what if these legends were in Reggae Boys? Jamaica would have been the best football team in the whole world. So let us dive and see who are these Jamaicans that have made impact outside Jamaica. But first of all, before I go to the list of these players that have contributed a lot to other countries' glory in football, let me give you a scenario. Imagine having, let me use my country, Kenya. Imagine having a Kenyan football team and all the players are not Kenyans. Can you imagine that, guys? That we have a football team, like the football team here in Kenya is called Gor Mahia. And Gor Mahia consists of Kenyan-born players. What if the members of Gor Mahia football team are not Kenyans, all of them, but they play for Kenya? I don't know what we can call that, and I think that that country should actually thank the country where those players have come from, because they have contributed to their glory, they have contributed to their popularity, they have contributed to their share of success, and therefore they deserve to actually humble themselves and thank the country where their players have come from. This is the scenario in Jamaica. Sorry, guys. So Jamaica has contributed football prayers to so many countries in the world. And we're going to start by one of the prayer that does not pray for Jamaica, but he prays for another country, and he's doing exemplary well. Remember, I started by saying that these prayers are legends. So they are people that have made a lot of impact outside Jamaica, and they have contributed a lot to the countries they pray for. They have actually made those countries to grow economically, to be known all over the world, and to be recognized as a great country when it comes to football. So without further ado, let me dive to these Jamaican legends who have made other countries shine. The first one is Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, I hope I'm pronouncing it well, because in the tribe I come from, we don't differentiate between R and L, and therefore you'll bear with me. So we have Smith Rowe, who is a midfielder. Smith is a Jamaican born, he has a Jamaican born father. So the father is born in Jamaica, or the father was born in Jamaica, and he's a kicker. He can actually decide to go to Jamaica and pray for the Reggae Boys, but he does not pray for the Reggae Boys. He prays for Ghana team. He's in the Ghana team, and he has made Ghana shine. Remember the other day, there was a competition between Jamaica and Ghana, and this prayer might have prayed for Ghana against Jamaica, and therefore Ghana excelled, meaning that some of these prayers are actually from Jamaica, and they are making these countries shine. And therefore, Smith Rowe has a Jamaican father and prays for Ghana. His connection to Jamaica is very, very deep, and he has a lot of intelligence and creativity, and that gives Ghana a future in football. In other words, this guy, he has IRD blood running in his veins. We have always talked about Jamaicans, their intelligence, their creativity, their hard work, their everything, their determination. And we see that Smith Rowe is actually a real Yagi with a lot of intelligence and a lot of creativity, and he has made Ghana shine all over the world. So the other prayer is Race Nelson. Race Nelson. This guy has Jamaican blood running down his veins. And I started by saying these are legends. These are prayers that are known all over the world. They are prayers that are doing great in football, and yet they have roots from Jamaica. He represents a real Yadi. That is, Race Nelson represents a real Yadi with the Jamaican culture running down his veins. His mother is the one who is a Jamaican, and while praying, he represents everything that has to do with Jamaican culture. And when you watch him pray, you will see him pray in a rhythmic style like that of dancehall music, and with a lot of creativity and a lot of determination to overcome every barrier and every obstacle and emerge the winner. So Race Nelson is actually a Jamaican who is praying for another team, but he's deep, deep, deep from Jamaica, but he's praying for another team and making that country shine. The next one is Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott has a Jamaican father. In other words, he's a real Yadi. He has a Jamaican spirit in him. He prays with a lot of courage and determination, and he's actually very, very fast in the field, and this shows the characteristic of the Jamaican people. By the way, this guy, Theo Walcott, praying at the age of 17. This is actually a characteristic of the Jamaican people. We saw that people like Usain Bolt and Sherry Ann Fraser-Price start their talent, exploiting their talents at a very, very early age. And at one time, I was asking Jamaicans whether these prayers are trained when they are small boys, because like we have seen here, Theo Walcott started representing the team he represents at the age of 17. And he is still shining even up to today. And it is said he has won very many goals. Imagine this guy praying in the Reggae Boys team. He would show the magic to every part of the world. But he does not pray for Jamaica. He prays for England, if I'm not wrong. If I am wrong, kindly correct me in the comment section. Where does Theo Walcott, or which team does Theo Walcott pray for? And therefore, this is a guy that has got talent and brain, and he's very, very talented, like we have seen. He actually has scored a lot of games, like I have said earlier, and therefore, if he was in the Reggae Boys, Jamaica would have shown a lot of tremendous victory in football. So the next one is Danny Rose. And by the way, guys, I think I would have given you a bit of the video to show some of the prayers I have mentioned earlier, like Grace Nelson and all the others I had mentioned earlier. So let us watch this video and see this great Yadi man who prays for other teams.
Start with a young baller who rose from London streets to the bright lights of the Premier League. Emile Smith-Rowe. This silky midfielder, calm on the ball and clever in tight spaces, earned his stripes coming through Arsenal's academy. With a Jamaican-born father, his connection to the island runs deep, and his early career was buzzing with promise before injuries slowed his rise.
What is the one thing people might not know about you?
People don't know that my dad's actually Jamaican. So, yeah, so I'm quarter Jamaican. So obviously, don't look it, but...
Smith-Rowe has shown flashes of brilliance, his intelligence and vision giving Gunners fans hope for the future. And here's the kicker. His eligibility for Jamaica still stands. If destiny calls, don't be shocked to see him in green and gold someday. Next up, a name that radiates swag and confidence. Reece Nelson. Raised in South London with a Jamaican mother, Nelson's game reflects everything the culture stands for. Rhythm, flair, and fearless creativity. He's posted about his Jamaican trips, dropped hints about island pride, and whenever he glides past defenders, it feels like dancehall on grass. Smooth, stylish, unapologetic. Imagine that energy rocking a Reggae Boys kit at a World Cup qualifier. Pure vibes. Moving along, let's bring back a name that once struck fear with blistering pace. Theo Walcott. Born in England to a Jamaican father, Theo wasn't just fast, he was lightning. A winger who could turn defenders inside out in seconds. At just 17, he made England's World Cup squad, and for years, he was Arsenal's speed demon. A player whose acceleration alone changed games. Though injuries tempered some of that early promise, Walcott's career still shines with over a decade at the top level and more than 100 goals across competitions. And here's the twist, he could have worn the green and gold. Imagine Theo Walcott in full stride for the Reggae Boys, terrorizing defenses with that raw pace? It would have been pure chaos in the best way.
Thank you guys and welcome back. And now we go to the next footballer who has roots from Jamaica but plays for another team, and that is Danny Ross. And Danny Ross, his grandparents were Jamaicans, and therefore he has his ancestral blood who are actually from Jamaica. And it is said that Danny Ross is very, very fearless and very determined to win every football match he participates in. And these characteristics are actually a reflection of Jamaican people. And we can see clearly by what we have learned about Danny that he has the blood of Jamaica running down his veins. Praying for England, and he's actually a top player in England. He has a lot of resilience in him, and like we have said earlier, he has a lot of characteristics made England shine very many times. So have a look at Danny Rose.
And then there's Danny Rose, the fierce left-back whose intensity on the pitch was unmatched during his prime. Eligible for Jamaica through his grandparents, Rose once stood among England's top fullbacks, featuring in Tottenham's Champions League glory days. His fearlessness, his lung-bursting runs down the wing, his refusal to quit, those traits feel familiar because they echo the island resilience we know too well.
Now, the next player is Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell was born to Jamaican's parents, meaning that his mother and father are actually Jamaicans. He dominated the football field in the place of defense. In other words, he has been in the defense and he holds a defense title player for England. So he plays for England, and this guy has actually done tremendous job for the people of England by being in the defense section. Now the next one is, maybe we can combine Sol Campbell and David James, and I bring to you a video of them so that you can have a look at them. So coming from Sol Campbell, we go to David James. David James, his father is a Jamaican, and therefore he has Jamaican roots. He's very, very arrogant and has done a lot in the football field representing England. And he holds the position of a striker, and you can see the Jamaican genes running down his veins by his dance moves and the way he plays his games and the way he forwards the ball. He's tremendously talented. And of course, he's playing of music. Actually, he celebrates by dancing and dancing and dancing. And this is actually Jamaican style of celebration. And we can see a lot of Jamaican characteristic in this guy. So let us have a look at, let us see Sol Campbell and David James so that we can get to know them and to know about them, which I have already said. Yeah, let us have a look at them.
Sol Campbell.
Is Sol Campbell a top 20 centre-back in Premier League history?
Yes.
Are you top 10?
Yes.
Are you top 5?
Yes.
Are you top 3?
I'm getting there. No, wait, I think top 5 for sure.
Born to Jamaican parents, Campbell didn't just play football, he dominated it. A cornerstone for Arsenal's Invincibles. A man whose calm presence and colossal strength anchored England's backline for years. Think about it. If Jamaica had a prime Sol Campbell in defence, history would read very differently. That's the weight of what could have been. Sliding into number 6, the guardian between the sticks, David James. His father, a proud Jamaican, never saw his son in green and gold, but the connection was unbreakable. James was elegance and acrobatics, one of the Premier League's most iconic goalkeepers, clocking over 200 appearances and becoming a household name. And though he wore England's badge, make no mistake, his heartbeat had an island rhythm.
The next one is Kyle Walker, whose father is a Jamaican. He has demonstrated a very great character of a real Yadi. He appeared in Jamaican culture. In other words, he participates in every Jamaican culture events that are held in the country he plays for. And therefore, he has the Jamaican blood running down his veins, and therefore he cannot skip any event that has Jamaican culture. And of course, he plays for a team that is not from Jamaica, and he's always carrying Jamaican flag high. He actually terrifies the attackers in the team he plays for. He has the genes of Jamaican athletics, very, very fast as he's playing football. And therefore, Kale has a lot of characteristics of Jamaican people. The next one is a person that was born in Jamaica, not just his parents. This guy is born in Jamaica, and he's called Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is a real Yadi, born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica. And he is actually playing for England, if I'm not wrong. And he comes to Jamaica wherever he's available. He goes to Jamaica now and then, and he does charity work. We have seen that Jamaicans are very good at charity work and they love helping. So this guy, Raheem Sterling, has Jamaican blood running down his veins and he likes charity work. His impact in football is unmatched. He's a very, very great footballer. His explosiveness in the football field is unmatched. He represents Jamaica excellence in the field. So he's so excellent that you can see a real Yadi excellence in him. Now let us move to the next one, who is Andrew Cole. Andrew Cole is a real legendary, and he's the second highest goal scorer in the world. He plays for England, and it's like all these people plays for England. Most of them are in the England team. Both parents are Jamaican, and the Jamaican blood is evident in Andrew Cole. And Andrew Cole, like we have said, he is one of the greatest footballers in the world. And his blood is actually traced in Jamaica. He's a real Yadi. The next one, maybe you can see Andrew Cole so that we can get to know him and recognize him.
Law. Andy Cole.
The legendary Andrew Cole, a career of 19 years, only the second highest goal scorer in Premier League history. I mean, England is very far away from here.
It is a long way away, you know, but I've had the opportunity to travel out here due to Flo's partnership with Manchester United. You know, my parents are from here, you know, so I've been in Jamaica ever since I was a little boy. That's where I am now.
Both parents Jamaican, Cole was goals personified. A predator inside the box, a man who scored over 280 career goals and lifted the Champions League with Manchester United during the historic treble season. Quiet off the pitch, deadly on it. Cole's decision to play for England instead of Jamaica changed history, but his heart? Always Yard.
Reggae music, who is your favorite artist?
No, the artists now keep changing every other day.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I love Cartel, I love Mavada, all them kind of people there, the old stuff, Sanchez, Bob Marley, all them kind of people.
The next one is John Barnes. John Barnes, born in Kingston, a black footballer in England. He defeated, or rather, he faced the challenge of racism to emerge a great football player and very, very intelligent. His intelligence is unmatched. He is actually the blueprint in world football. In other words, he's great in what he does. And of course, he plays for England, like we have said, and therefore he makes England shine. These Jamaicans, by the way, if they came to Jamaica and joined the Reggae Boys team, Jamaica would be one of the greatest football teams in the world. Now, there are others who have actually played for other teams, and I'm going just to mention their names, and you are going to appreciate them for the work they have done for those countries they are in, and the fact that they are Jamaican born. We have Ruther Brissett, we have Ian Wright, and we have Junie Cunningham. All these are players that are actually, their roots are traced in Jamaica, but they play for other countries. So Jamaica has really contributed to the welfare, to the economy, to the popularity, to the victory of all the countries in the world. We have seen Jamaicans in England, Jamaicans in United States of America, and they shine. Jamaicans in Africa, Jamaicans in Asia, Jamaicans in Europe, Jamaicans in Saudi Arabia, in the North, what do we call it? Middle East. And Jamaicans are everywhere and they shine wherever they go. So they have contributed a lot to many, many countries' victory in the world. And today we celebrate the Jamaican footballers that are doing great for other countries and that have made a lot of impact in other countries. We celebrate them, and our prayer is that they would go home and pray for the Reggae Boys team so that we can have these many goals they are scoring elsewhere. Thank you once again for watching us. See you during the next video. Bye bye and God bless.
Thank you.